Salute to all the real ones out there. It's your boy Mike coming at you again with another video. Y'all like the direction that my channel was going in? I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos with anybody else you think may benefit from them, alright? Now, today's topic is going to be a little bit of a caveat off of the last topic that I covered, which was PTSD. Alright, so the name of this video is going to be It's Alright. It's Alright. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I feel like there's at least 10 things that all of us unanimously, collectively, are experiencing. At any point in our lives, we're going through our own pains and traumas and emotional abuses and setbacks. And I just want to let anybody know who's watching this video that it's all right. You know, in the grand scheme of things, it's all right. And there's definitely a oneness about what we're all experiencing at any given point in your life. Like, think about it. There's certain even quotes that pertain to your current situation. You guys ever heard that saying, there's nothing new under the sun? This means that no matter what you think, no matter what you're trying to implement, no matter what is affecting you at this current moment, there is somebody at some point in time, or even maybe in modern time, that is going through the same exact thing or thinking the same exact thing. So just know that you're not alone in your battles with depression or with your sadness or your anger. So without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into it, because I feel like this is a topic that is really, I should have made it a long time ago, to be totally honest with you. We're all doing our best to become better in life. All of us would want money. All of us want more success. All of us want, let's say, a life where we can enjoy ourselves and travel and do what we want and be free. Of course, I can't say all people. There's always going to be that one person, well, I don't care about money. You see what the fuck I mean? Like, it's always somebody that want to try to throw some shade. But I'm not talking about this asshole. I'm talking about the fact that by and large, wouldn't you like to have more money? Wouldn't you like to, let's say, if you had the choice to be born as a millionaire or to struggle the way you are right now, would you be born as a millionaire or not? Would you have parents that were well off or not? I think a lot of us would kind of choose to have parents that were already of means. So I just say all that to say this. No matter what you're going through right now, I just want to let you know it's all right to feel the way you feel, to have the issues that you have. We're all going through some version of it ourselves. So let me go ahead and jump straight into the topic. So the first thing is flaws and shortcomings. Just know that we all have flaws and shortcomings, and that those things are what make us unique. So take my first, for example, YouTube videos. It's hard for me to even watch them. Seriously, I cringe. Like, it lets me know I can see it. Maybe other people can't see it, but I can. I recognize my flaws so hard in my beginning videos. And I was very uncomfortable on the camera. And being totally honest, there was also a rough patch that I was going through in my relationship during the time of those beginning videos. And I could see it even physically in my own face and all of that I just was not doing good. Now, a stranger might be none the wiser, but if you do a comparison to this video, just look at my face, look at all my features and stuff, and then go back to those videos. Like, my eyes were sunk into my head. I had been crying. I had been going through just a lot of mental stress. My sleep was very erratic. I didn't feel calm, very restless. And honestly, 1,000 thoughts going through my head at any given second about just life in general. You know how it is, fellas, if you're in a relationship and you and your lady not doing good, it seems to permeate through everything else that you might be trying to take on. So just seeing my flaws in that video, seeing that I am not made of iron, that I too go through depression, that I too feel sad when me and my wife are not on the same accord. It just makes me feel like I have to let y'all know that we all have our flaws and shortcomings. We all have issues, you know. I got stuff that's like right in my face that I can't hide. You know what I mean? Now the average person might say, "Oh well," I think Mike F said it best. Mike F said like, we all have flaws, we all have shortcomings, we all have problems, but we complain and we forget to be thankful or grateful for our situations. And we always complain and get upset and I guess pray to God that our situation would change. But just imagine if God told you to lay all your problems on the ground and then all the problems of the world got shuffled around and now you pick up someone else's problems. In a way, you might miss your own issues that you thought you hated before. So for example, I have a scar on my forehead. There's nothing I could do about it, period. I don't like it. Even if I don't mention it, most people don't even fucking notice. But if you do, you fucking do. What can I do about it? Wear a hat all the time? That's what I used to do. Used to try to hide it. But it is what it is. Like, or my teeth down here are crooked. I've said that before. But all I can do is try to floss and make them look real good. But at the end of the day, my teeth are fucking crooked at the bottom, period, you know? There's other flaws, but of course I'm not going to keep blasting myself. Like, we all have flaws. Why the fuck I'm going to go ahead and list all mine? So, like, why would I just give them away? But you see what I mean? We all have our flaws. And you just have to accept it. Or work on trying to change it. If you can change it, cool. If you can't, fuck it. We all have them. Mistakes you've made. All right, so just understand for every mistake you've made, there is a lesson and or gem of wisdom that you can take from it. You might not have got to the point where you've seen the wisdom that you can take from it, but at the end of the day, mistakes are meant to happen. I realized that real big just being in the university in Germany. Germans are very perfectionist. I'm not saying all, I'm just saying that's the culture that I noticed as an American coming into their land and seeing how everything was structured. They're very collectivist and they're also perfectionists, which has its goods. But one of the bads that I noticed is that no one wants to make a mistake. No one wants to be the one to raise the hand and possibly say the wrong answer. So there's like a lack of confidence in this way, and everyone's like very calculated and they only raise their hand and feel good if they know for sure the answer, but they won't even take a stab at it for the most part. So this is like I said, it's not all. This is just a little small example that I've seen. But honestly, by making mistakes, that's how you get smarter. That's how you get better. That's how you know which way doesn't work. So the next time you try to implement an idea or whatever, you know, hey, I've already experienced that. And experience is the best teacher anyway. So it goes along with your growth as a human. Failures that you've had. These failures are meant to test your strength and maybe motivate you to change your course. All right, so I realized that I've had certain failures. Take, for example, iconic American wear. I look at that a little bit like a failure. Not totally, because I learned so much. Once again, going back to the previous point about making mistakes. But the fact that I failed in the main business operations of my own company, I didn't plan properly. I didn't really know what I was doing exactly. I didn't have enough capital to actually create a full collection of clothing. I had logistical issues. You know, I had trademark issues. It was a lot of little dumb shit that I was going through when I tried to launch my company. But at the end of the day, those failures would make me so much more equipped the next time around to relaunch and actually avoid those same pitfalls. Baggage from trauma goes back to my last video about PTSD. Just understand that life is hard and all of us have different ways to try to cope with it. You know, some of us have been in combat. Some of us have had abusive childhoods. Some of us have grew up maybe with parents who were into drugs or alcohol, and we saw that happen. Some of us went through maybe a divorce. Some of us maybe even lost our parents to a car accident or something like that. So if you have baggage, just know it's all right. You know, I'm telling you that man to man or man to woman, whoever you are, if you're watching this video, it's all right, man. But as Cal Williams said, life isn't about what happens to you. It's more about how you react to the things that happen to you. So if you know you have baggage, you should do your best to address it. All right, face it head on and even seek professional help. Disappointments. I think every last one of us, especially if you're a grown person, you have a lot of expectations from your childhood that you realize that at this moment are still unmet. They're still unmet. You still haven't managed to go to Cancun. You still haven't, I don't know, managed to start up a brokerage account and put some money into some stocks and bonds. It's in your mind, you still want to do it, but you realize, damn, there's a lot of things I just have yet to do, right? And then you have some of your illusions that may be destroyed in your labyrinth of enlightenment, which is another video that I made. As you grow and become older and wiser, a lot of the things that you thought before, you'll realize just don't hold the same weight as they did at a prior junction in your life. So in a way, your illusions are destroyed. And that's hard to deal with, but I want to let you know it's all right. Feelings of being lost. Yo, trust me. even a person like me is even always writing, planning, trying to set up my next move. I want to eventually be financially free with my wife so that my kids don't have to go through the same things that I went through. But during the process of me trying to do all of these things, there are a lot of times that I just feel completely lost. And I wonder, am I going the right way? There is no handbook on life. Like, there's no one that could just hand you a book, you follow that, and now your life is perfect. Like, but to caveat off of that, I want to say that it's all right to feel lost. But just understand that I'm going to make a video about standing on the shoulders of giants. Because there are so many different ways that you can actually try to gain some orientation about the life you're living. Think about how many great authors are out there, men and women alike, who have written extensive material about how one can go about living life. It doesn't mean that you have to follow like a Bible, or you have to take everything that they have to say as gospel, or mimic everything that this author did in their life. But what I'm saying is you can stand on the shoulders of giants by thinking or by taking the principles of great thinkers and implementing what you see fit into your life. You see what I mean? So there is like a way to combat this feeling of being lost. Anger and rage. Trust me, man. Both are normal emotional reactions to the realities of living, especially in this current day society, man. Like, think about how often you're just bombarded with negativity. It's hard not to want to go on the weekend and just get drunk and maybe just tear the club up or get into a fight or just rage against the machine, to be honest, because there's so many things that are just fucking up your ability to just be a happy human being. So trust me, I know how you feel, and I want to tell you it's all right. You got sadness and depression. Once again, coming back to society, there's so many pressures that are on you, and they're constantly nagging you. You know, think about, like, let's say I was a 35-year-old single male. There's nothing wrong with that. But there will be somebody talking shit about, what's wrong with him? Oh, he can't find a girl? Maybe he gay. Maybe he did. Maybe, like, it's all this stuff, and it's coming from just society's expectations on what you're supposed to do or where you're supposed to be at a certain age in your life. Procrastination. I can say for a fact that time is going just extremely fast. I remember there was a dude who told me back in the day. I was 18, and he said yeah, bet you can't wait till you turn 21, huh? And I was like, oh yeah, man, you know, because then I'll kind of officially be an adult. He was like, well, not really. He was like, you'll be able to drink, you'll feel like more of an adult, but then you're gonna hit 25, and then that's when he was mentioning that car insurances tend to drop a little bit, and it's easier for you to rent a car, and people will start addressing you as sir a little bit more often. So I just started laughing, and he said, yeah, but then your next milestone will be your dirty 30s, because at that point you're attracted to younger women, older women, and women your age, and your little head will start to fall to the wayside, take a back seat to your big head. But he said after the age of 30, you're gonna see time will start flying, and he was not lying. But procrastination seems to be something that we all go through, and it's really hard to combat that. So I just want to let you know, if you have like a goal that you've been putting off for the longest, you probably can understand what I'm saying when I say time is just slipping right through your fingers as if you're trying to hold sand, and you wish you could break the spell, but it's just really hard, man. So I just want to let you know it's all right. And the last thing is loneliness. Everybody's traveling on their own journeys, and sometimes you look to your left and your right and you realize that you're all alone in where you are at this current moment, what you're thinking or your plight. So I just want to let you know that out of all the things I just covered in this video, it's all right, man. If you're watching this, just know it's all right. And we're all struggling to become our best self. So with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler back.